Welcome back, Church Squad, for another video. Today we're going to be diving into the galaxy far, far away with my honest review of Star Wars Outlaws. If you're a Star Wars fan or just love open world games, you'll want to stick around to hear my thoughts on this one. So let's get right into it. Star Wars Outlaws is a video game published by Ubisoft and developed by Massive. It takes us into an open world Star Wars experience set between The Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. You step into the boots of Kay Vess, an up and coming scoundrel trying to carve out a new life amidst the chaos of the galaxy. With her trusty companion Nix by her side, Kay is caught up in the dangerous world of the crime syndicates in a galaxy we all love. In the game, there are four main factions that players will encounter: the Pike Syndicate, the Crimson Dawn, the Hutt Cartel, and the Ashiga clan. Each syndicate has a reputation that will change depending on which missions you pick or key decisions you make during those missions. Each syndicate has a reputation scale that goes from terrible, bad, poor, good, and excellent. The higher you get in your reputation, the better the benefits. Things like cheaper merchant prices, exploring the syndicate hubs freely, more contracts, and rewards. Now, having low reputation causes merchants to sell goods at higher prices. Syndicate hubs prevent you from entering, and those settlements are automatically hostile. While that all sounds really good in theory, it just doesn't work. The amount of very few missions it takes to switch a syndicate's reputation back is very easy, and it never truly feels like any of the choices you make have any real weight to them. One feature that initially caught my eye was the rhythm based lockpicking system and the Wordle styled splicing. It's pretty cool and adds an extra layer of depth to the gameplay. However, it does get repetitive pretty quickly, so thank goodness for the accessibility settings that are there. I did turn those on pretty quickly in my playthrough, and you'll find yourself going through the same motions over and over, which can become a bit of a drag. At one point, there were three doors I needed to open in quick succession with that mechanic, and it felt like I was getting my immersion broken by how many locks there were. The Wordle styled splicing mechanic was really fun, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. No complaints there. Now let's talk about the stealth mechanics. I found them to be pretty lackluster for a stealth based game, and they really didn't offer the kind of immersive experience I was hoping for. It feels like there's a lot of potential here that wasn't fully realized. It feels like Ubisoft took every game they ever made, threw it on the table, and said, Bet, let's make it Star Wars. Another point of contention for me was the weapon management system. Dropping your blasters or snipers when you're jumping or making progress can feel like a real pain, especially when your ammo count is so low on those weapons already. The decision to not allow players to keep these weapons feels like a missed opportunity. Now, let's talk about the enemy AI. The enemy AI in this game is awful. I'm sure you've all saw the clips online, but here are some I got of myself that I find rather funny. Other than AI, navigating the world can be a bit of a hassle. Getting lost is a common experience for myself, and the lack of clear map markers and a guideline on the ground doesn't help. While the world itself is visually stunning, these navigation issues can make exploring feel more like a chore rather than an adventure. I felt like I was getting lost way too many times. Speaking of navigation, the absence of a mini map in the corner was an odd choice. Constantly having to open the map and look around to figure out where you go next is a bit annoying. It makes navigating this beautiful world tough. Granted, the game does have a decent fast travel system and that works well. I just feel this took away from actually traveling the areas and instead of just hitting start and fast travel. All right, let me help you out, Ubisoft. You got these black bars anyways. Let's put this right there. There we go. On a brighter note, Nyx is absolutely adorable. I love having this little companion around. It adds a lot of charm and personality to the game. Having him steal credits for you, break cameras, pick up weapons is amazing. It reminds me of the Far Cry games, and I love that part. Also on the plus side is the world building in Star Wars Outlaws. It is very impressive. The galaxy feels expansive and beautifully crafted. I can see exactly what the developers are trying to accomplish, and it feels like actually being in the Star Wars universe just walking around. From the cast of characters you meet up with to the story itself, there's something great about the world they built. As far as the flying mechanics go in this game, I feel like the flying mechanics left a lot to be desired. It's not as exhilarating as I would hoped it would be, and it feels pretty lackluster. Finally, the combat can sometimes feel a bit off. For example, punching enemies who are wearing helmets that can block laser beams or having everyone around but nobody notice it at all is a bit immersion breaking. We have One Punch Man over here. Take this, Stormtrooper. Also, Ubisoft charging people on PS5 for early access and then breaking their saves and making them start over is wild. My rating for this game is
4.9 out of 10.
overall, I'm quite disappointed in Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws. While the game has some fantastic elements like its beautiful world and the adorable companion Nyx, it also has its fair share of issues, like the repetitive mechanics, the awful AI, and the frustrating navigation make this game a truly awful Star Wars experience. So there you have it, my honest review of Star Wars Outlaws. What are your thoughts on Star Wars Outlaws? If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you in the next video.
Peace.